G'day everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we're here for my early top 8 AFL 2023 ladder predictions. If you guys have been caught up to date, you would have seen I released my bottom 10 early ladder predictions around a couple of days ago, and this is the sort of sequel to the video, the second part to the video, my top 8 predictions. Again, as I mentioned in the first video, they're my early ladder predictions, and I always seem to get them around this time in January, but I thought I'd separate into two videos because, you know, it gives me more time to talk about each club, and I can get two videos instead of one. So we'll kick things off with 8th position, and I've gone Fremantle. Now, I know there'll be a lot of Fremantle fans that'll be quite disappointed with where I've put them, but I like the Dockers. I want to see them do well, and I was certainly very impressed with how they played in 2022. But I just feel like they're going to dip a little bit and have a little bit more of a stagnant season in 2023 and only just scope to the finals. Yes, their young players are only getting better. I mean, Hayden Young, Sarong, Brayshaw could win the Brownlow. You know, what goes to say they're not going to get better. But the truth of the reality is there's no guarantee that they're going to be better in the following year. There'll unfortunately have to be a few teams that do drop ladder positions compared to their previous year. And I just feel like that's going to be the Dockers. And I just feel like there are other teams around the Dockers that are better and that will be better in 2023. But they'll still make the finals. It'll still be a really tough team to beat. Now, in 7th spot, and this is a team that didn't make finals last year, but most likely should have, and we've got Port Adelaide. Port Adelaide, for mine, are certainly a side capable of making finals and playing finals and even winning finals. We all know how disappointing their 2022 campaign was, and that was kickstarted with an 0-5 start that just shot their season in the foot. And yeah, I guess you could still say that after round 5, whilst they did get better, they still weren't really the same side as what they were in 2020 and 2021. I think with the acquisitions of a couple of big name players, you got Horne-Francis, Frioli, and overall, I just think they're going to gel together as a club. And what? They've got the extra game for Gatherend, extra home game, and an easier fixture. I think all those things considered, and they'll definitely learn from their mistakes 2022. I really think they will make finals. And we saw a few of their performances in the back end of 2022. Demolishing sides such as the Bombers and the Crows. Yeah, they weren't great sides, but it just goes to show that they can play good footy. And I think the Power should make finals in 2023. Now, for 6th spot in my ladder predictions, this is a side that everyone thinks I hate. And I'll be honest with you, I don't like them, but I don't hate them. It's Collingwood. It's Collingwood. Everyone thinks I hate the Pies and that I never tip them. It's not always the case. I just feel like the Pies have gotten really lucky in 2022 and come to find out that those results that were going their favour in 2022 throughout the home and away season won't necessarily be the case in 2023, and they'll end up on the other side of those results. Because as much as there is always a lot of skill and preparation that goes into winning those close games and those close game simulations, there is still a lot of luck that goes into it as well, and I don't think there'll be as much luck that will fall onto Collingwood as much in 2023. They might be a better side overall. They'll probably have a higher percentage. They're bolstering their squad. They've got Mitchell, Bobby Hill, and I just think, the Pies, there's a good chance that they'll be a better side than they were last year, but that's not to say they'll finish higher. And I think, the Pies will finish 6th. I was very wrong with what I said in 2022 about the Pies having the worst list before the season started. They've now got probably one of the best lists, and you've got players such as Nick Dacos, who is only going to get better. Definitely for mine, the Pies, I do commend them. They just never give up, never say die attitude. Craig McRae's a great coach, and they'll definitely be challenging this year. I could almost see them going all the way, but I think they'll finish 6th. I don't think they'll make top 4 in 2023. To finish 5th for my early ladder predictions in 2023, I've got the Melbourne Demons. Melbourne are still going to be a very strong side in 2023, but I think they'll slightly underperform throughout the season. A little bit similar to last year where they had that slump where they just weren't able to get those wins. I think something similar is going to happen again with the D's. They'll start well, like they always do. I think they don't really time their run that great. They sort of treat it as a sprint, not a marathon. They'd wear out a little bit, and I think the same might happen this year. Their list, though, only got better with the acquisitions of Hunter, Shaki, and of course Grundy. How formidable will that ruck combo be? But I think for Melbourne, their issue is going to be consistency and just finding that form all throughout the season. It's going to happen again. Something will happen that doesn't allow them to make the top 4, and again, are they going to be able to recover from those 2 straight set losses in the finals? We'll see what happens, but for mine, I'm not having the D's in the 4. Now, my top 4, this is a little bit of a left field call, not as standard and as expected as I've seen other people with their predictions, but we'll start things off with 4th place, and I've got Carlton. I really think Carlton are going to push as high up the ladder as they possibly can in 2023. 2023 is going to be the year of Carlton. I think they're certainly going to make a name for themselves. And honestly, just use the heartbreak of the round 23 loss as a fuel for motivation and drive to make sure that will never happen again. And it wouldn't shock me if the Blues end up on the other side of all results and end up winning the last game of the season to make the top 4 in a very lucky way. But yeah, the Blues, they've just got stars all around the ground. You've got the Brownlow medalist in Cripps, the Coleman medalist in Curnow. And honestly, when the Blues are on at their very best, they're almost the most difficult team to stop and arguably the best team in the comp. And I think the Blues will be scary in 2023. I've got a lot of high expectations and I've got a lot of promise for them. And I think they'll deliver in 2023. Now, another side that I think will also deliver in 2023, a team that I certainly didn't rate leading into last year's season. We've got Richmond, and I think Richmond will have another belter of a season. They've obviously acquired Tim Taranto and Jacob Hopper over the off-season or the trade period without having to let go of anyone else. So they've only just bolstered their side and their midfield. They'll probably allow players such as Dusty Martin to play up forward. Tom Lynch would have won the Coleman if he wasn't injured. Shai Bolton, one of the great players in the AFL, probably one of the most influential players at the moment. They're just such a fast attacking, exciting team to watch. Their attacking play style, highest scoring team in the competition last year. Just when they're not injured, they gel together and they are a completely different side. The Tigers, they're always in games. They were honestly quite an unlucky side and probably should have made the top 4 in 2022. And as they're getting better as a side, they're adding to their squad. I think they will in 2023 and honestly contend for the flag again. They could win another flag. I wouldn't be surprised if they do. Now in second place, I have Geelong. I've decided not to go back-to-back for the minor premies because quite frankly, it almost never happens. People don't realise how difficult it is to win the minor premiership in back-to-back seasons. And I don't think the Cats will be a side that end up achieving that feat. Don't get me wrong, the Cats are still going to be just as good as they were last year. They're the team to beat. They're the team to stop right now. All teams will have their focus and attention on the Cats. And the Cats, you really just can't write them off anymore. And last year proves that. I mean, if anyone has the Cats, even outside the top 4, I'll be shocked. They'll be up there again. They've got a great list all around the ground. They've just got stars in all fields. They get the job done. They're role players. And they just time their runs so bloody well. We all thought that after round 9, when the Saints beat the Cats, that finally the Cats are falling off. No, they just ended up winning the next 16 games. They're still on that 16-game winning streak. And yeah, I think they'll have another good season, but won't finish first. And the team in my minor premiership for 2023, it might change, but at the moment, this is where I'm having it. We've got Brisbane. I think Brisbane will finish first for 2023. They've just got such a quality list all around the ground. And it's only going to get better with Josh Dunkley, Will Ashcroft, and Jack Gunston. It can't get worse than that, can it, for the Lions? And I think the Lions really, it's their time now. If it's not now, it's never for a chance to pursue for a grand final of premiership, ultimately. They haven't even made a grand final over the last 3 or 4 years with this squad. This is certainly the year now for the Lions, and I really do think this is the year where they gel and just become an absolutely unstoppable force of the competition. People saying, oh, well, they can't win games at the MCG. Well, we know that they can after beating the Ds. Yes, they did get smashed against the Cats, and possibly there's a chance they aren't able to bounce back from that. And I would not even be shocked in the slightest if they fall dramatically to almost miss out in the 8. But I just have something in me that sees the Lions having an absolutely outstanding season, finishing first. And I do think they'll make the grand final this year, if all things go considered. I won't pick a flag. I won't pick a premier. I'll leave that up to you guys watching the video. Comment down below your early ladder predictions. If you haven't seen the first video, I went through my bottom 10, and this is my top 8 now. So go through your entire predictions. I'd like to hear them. Appreciate everyone for watching the video, and we'll see you very soon in my next one.